We got ZVT action coming up. That's Ayatsuri and Fox, which is gonna be pretty exciting. I love ZVT as a matchup. We've got Circuit Breaker.
It's the best matchup. Of course, you love ZVT.
It's a fun matchup. Yeah. We got Circuit Breaker, Tout Cross, and Crossing Field for our map pool here. So we talked about Terran on Circuit Breaker. It's a tough map for TVP, but I think TVZ, smart Terrans will abuse the same things that we kind of talked about. So let's
Very true.
load it up here. Any reflections on tell me about ZVT. We talked about the power spikes. We talked about the way that the two races, the strengths of the races come through. What's your sort of take on the matchup, and what plagues you? What do you find success with? What's fun, etc.?
I mean, overall, I kind of feel like both races have kind of two avenues. Terran with Bio, SK style, or Mech. Zerg with kind of Lurker heavy or Muta heavy, opening mid-game kind of stuff. And then into late game, Terran can kind of continue those two avenues. Zerg is a little bit more, you have to have defilers. Like, you just have to have defilers. Ultras are very good generally. And then there's all these little kind of things like, get those Hydras to your ramp at your third to morph into Lurkers just in time for the Terran to try to push 10 Marines up the ramp and take out the third. And if you don't do that, then you lose your third and you lose the game. And there's all these little intricacies and back and forths. And to me, StarCraft is all about the humans versus the bug aliens. Like, just as a lore, as a game, as a whatever.
Right. It's like Starship Troopers.
It's exactly like God damn it! It's exactly like
another one.
I am lagging on this '90s movie reference thing here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be right. It's exactly like Starship Troopers.
Yeah. That's funny. I would echo everything that you said. I think that what makes it fun for me is that it's very much a matchup that you get to see the players' personalities and styles come through. We even mentioned before, we watched Boba versus Rem last week, and he had great success with mutas and not as much success with lurkers. And it's just, we saw that he was a muta player. He lost the first game, switched into mutas, and had great success with the mutas. It's where you get to see sort of the players as individuals sort of come out, because there's so much room for creativity. You mentioned there's SK versus Mech, but does that mean he's going super heavy vessel and doing a radiate kind of cheesy stuff? Does it mean he's mixing in drops more often? On the Zerg side of things, how offensive is he with his defilers? Does he include them into drops and things like that? Like, there's just a lot of ways to sort of express yourself within the broad strokes. That's why I love ZVT.
Yeah, no, it's the best matchup. There's no argument to be made.
No argument. Fuck you, Protoss. Okay, so let's go into game one.
I'm trying to learn Protoss, but still I hold to it.
Yeah, for sure. So game one here on Circuit Breaker. We have our boy Ayatsuri in the bottom left as the yellow Zerg, and Fox, our Terran, brown Terran up in the right.
Foxy lady up there, the brown Terran. Maybe not so foxy, actually.
Yeah.
I feel like brown is the ugliest color in StarCraft here.
Yeah, it really is, yeah. Kind of like doo-doo Terran. Our opponent's looking like doo-doo. Oh, that's funny. So
I gotta say, I'm just so happy that all the Zergs in this day of casting are going to be on our team. Like, we don't have to fight the Zerg bias and the team bias at all.
We're super biased, yeah, for sure. So here's another little pointer real quick.
I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say. Yeah, I'm looking at him too.
So this Overlord is going counterclockwise right now.
Yeah.
This direction in relation really is counterclockwise. On Fighting Spirit, popular map by the way, you should always send your overlords clockwise. This is in efforts to see the opponent's natural more quickly, but as you can sort of tell here that this one's kind of going to head to the main in the bottom right. Not the most optimal scouting pattern, so actually Circuit Breaker with its rotational symmetry, what you want to do is, if you're in a corner, you want to send it up and down. So sending it up from a Ayatsuri's position would see the natural here, were the Terran to be there. You feel me?
I do, and yeah, the reason for that is, like you said, to see the natural first. It keeps
Yeah.
you from, if Terran was in the bottom right, you wouldn't see him until you're already kind of in his base, and it gives him a chance to get some Marines over there, maybe pick off the Overlord before you get a chance to pull him back, as well as seeing if there's any kind of fast expansion, whatever kind of wall is going on down in the low ground, all that kind of stuff. It's just kind of more generally valuable scouting information than what you would see in the main.
Because sometimes Terrans do 14cc. They,
exactly. Yeah.
Basically, Zerg's got a little complacent with always getting away with a hatch first. So the 14cc.
Thank you, Savior.
Yeah, you can definitely squeak in your own 14cc, and that's just sort of the ebb and flow in terms of a macro-minded perspective. If you're gonna throw the hatch first, I'm gonna throw the CC down. Actually, dude, I'm watching this Overlord, and there's sick space like in the background of this map. Have you ever seen that before? Look at the space between like
the
Overlord is. Look
there's
at
the
that
whole world.
There's
there.
like a galaxy over here, dude. There's so many.
Whoa! And if you scroll,
I know, because I had him on the motion and it was moving as I go with it. That was sick. Is this the Korean version of the map? Because that is dope. Like,
that's really cool.
This one's. They must have been playing on a circuit breaker that's not in our map pack, because I'm not used to seeing.
I don't think. I mean, maybe it's
That
been there
is
all
cool.
along and I haven't looked, but like, yeah, I don't remember seeing that. I feel like
Kind
I
of
would've
reminds me of
noticed it.
like Sagan and the pale blue dot, Like,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. Anyway. Yeah, this game's already a win because we got to see the cool ass galaxy. That is so sick.
Oh, we got a little fight, a little tussle going down at the natural of the Zerg.
Oh.
Between this SCV and these two. Oh, can he get him? Oh, we got two shots. Two shots. Oh, he got 2 shots. Yes. Oh, nice. Good job. Good job, Ayatsuri.
Wow, that's sick, dude.
The star is always like, the whole chat is just like, yeah, you guys are dumb. It's always that way.
Is that there all the time. There's no way that's there all the time. Really?
I'd totally believe it. I would never.
Would you believe it? Yeah.
In a game, what am I like looking at the background of where there's nothing? Like, no.
That's
no
kind
way.
of the thing that I might actually zone out and be like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then be like, 4SC, 5SC, 6SC. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
7SC, 8SC. I should do that more often. Like, whoa, macro. I should just
Stop looking at the stars.
Looking at
in the
whatever
background of the map.
macro.
Do you ever just look at the stars anymore?
No, dude, not enough.
That's
not
my
often enough.
MIB reference there. There's my 90s reference.
Is that Forrest Gump?
No, that's Men in Black.
Oh,
Sit back and look at him.
That's what James Earl Jones or Tommy Lee
exactly.
Jones or whatever. No,
Tommy Lee Jones, not
Tommy-
James Earl Jones. Different dude. You're still on Star Wars.
That's right. Tommy Lee Jones. Right. Never just sit and look at. Hey, touche, Sam. Touche.
I'm catching up.
You got me on that 90s. I didn't get it. That was pretty good. Yeah.
I mean, if I have to explain it, is it really a good reference? But
I don't
whatever.
know. But it's another one of humans versus aliens, though. It's kind of like ZV2.
True. Yeah.
I can imagine an Overlord being like, sugar. Give me more sugar. Sugar water.
In water. More.
Yeah. Dude, that guy, Vincent D'Onofrio, actually, if you ever watch...
Actor's name?
I do, because if you look
Whoa.
back at that performance, it was really well done, actually. Like, as a kid,
It
I didn't
was.
appreciate it. He did really good asking for sugar. So, okay, back to the game. Barracks under construction. He's doing bio opening, normal bio stuff. We've got +1 going. Zergling aggression, though, from Ayatsuri. A lot of links coming out. He's going lurker first. You know, I talked about how it can be a stylistic thing. Personalities come out. Ayatsuri definitely saying, I'm gonna do some lurker action here.
Yeah, it gives him a little bit earlier lings too. I feel like I don't quite get this early of this many lings when I'm going mutas. I'm not sure if that's just me playing poorly or if it's the opening style. But
and he's also researching Burrow, the ground unit ability. I hope that he's not of the type that. Okay, hold on. Marines versus Lings.
Lings. Oh, those Lings are just melting. I don't think any Marines went down.
Bloodshed, the monstrosity.
The
Dude, I hope that Ayatsuri is not the type that he thinks you need to research burrow to burrow lurkers. Remember when I taught you that one time? I was like, dude, you don't need to get okay, for everyone watching, Sam used to think that you couldn't burrow lurkers unless you had the independent burrow research upgrade, which totally makes sense. Definitely makes sense. Oh, look at this little run by.
I love this. Yeah, forcing these Marines back, buying a little bit of time, taking out a few SCVs.
Getting them.
Perfect. Get them. Get those boys.
Dude,
popping, popping, popping.
They're popping. Okay, that was pretty good. I kind of like the disruption there, but yeah, when I told Sam that, he looked at me and was like, "No fucking way!" And I was like, "Yeah, way, dude. Lurkers just burrow automatically." And he was like, "Low-key, you're a little bit like, oh my." That
I had played where I'd been researching burrow before
a
lurker
lot of
every
games,
time.
man.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's why it's nice to have another set of eyes on your games.
Exactly.
And dude, he canceled it.
Nice. Okay, so he knows what he's doing. Oh, these lurkers getting caught out by these Marines, though. Got a burrow. Nice.
With a nice scan on time.
With the lings. Oh,
nice.
That was a beautiful fight.
Sick burrow with the link support here. Ayatsuri, kind of really impressive there with that reaction time to kind of assist his lurkers with the links there. And it must be that his burrow hotkey was on something that he also makes units with, because it's canceled now, which is a relief.
He realized that he was researching it and then canceled it is impressive to me, but.
Dude, I'm sorry, dude. Did I sink your Brood War credibility? I totally embarrassed you.
This was a long time ago, but no, I mean,
it was sometime last year.
Maybe there's somebody out there that is thinking the same way I did, because like you said, it makes
That's
a lot
the
of sense.
CPL, man. We're all learning.
So like, learn from my mistakes.
We're all learning.
Don't play like 100 games researching burrow before lurker like I did.
You know, some of us learning about Brood War, some of us learning about Clockwise.
Some of us learning about 90s movies. You know, we're all sorts of folk here at the CPL.
I gotta go to my Blockbuster and catch up on the lore, and these casters keep dropping. Anyway, so
the lore,
dude.
The 90s lore.
The 90s lore. You had to be there, bro. It was sick. So what's next? We've got Queen's Nest, and so
Queen's Nest. I was gonna say Queens.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's push from Terran here. But we got one lurker burrowed, another one coming up to join the fray.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good scan though. I think he has enough. Yeah. I mean, Terran has enough here. That's pretty good.
Decent exchange between the two of them. You know, a bunch of Marines went down, but we'll see. Another couple lurkers here. Oh, if these are on hold position, I'm gonna freak out.
Oh, if they're on hold. Oh, they're not.
Oh, they're not. But they're still going to do some serious damage.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been really sick. Yeah, Ayatsuri's actually impressed me for sure. Keeping up, you know, neither player floating too many minerals. He's developing his third base now in the 6 o'clock. Being aggressive with these links. And Terran versus Zergling, that's that Starship Trooper shit. You're always afraid of the Zerglings.
Yeah.
This idea that the enemy is faster and, you know, like has this organic capacity that we don't have, so we got to be on guard here. Like, that's what these Marines are thinking. Like, I don't get paid enough to be an extra in this movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I love a WRT. Some of us take 3 left turns instead of a right, and it's all good. I love that life philosophy in general. I've never heard it phrased that way. I love that. I'm totally stealing that.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the burrow of the lynx. Oh my god.
Oh, dude.
Hold position. Oh my god.
Did I screwed up? He really did?
He might have actually researched it. And if these are hold position lurkers plus burrowed lynx, I'm oh my god. Ayatsuri is going to be my favorite player of the CPL.
This is so sick. Can he hold them? Oh, man. Does he have an...
Oh, but they're going south. They're going south, though.
Oh.
There's only one lurker down there waiting.
This is so stressful. I just like that. When they walk past each other. Oh, no.
Oh, man. Look at those little mounds. Those little Zergling burrowed.
Yeah, the little skinny guys. Yeah.
Oh, but he's going down south. Oh, this is gonna be rough.
There's a mole infestation on Circuit Breaker. He's down at the 6. Oh, this is tough. He doesn't have units in position.
No, this is going down.
And the sunks are.
The
Yeah,
sunks are
there's
just a little late.
so much bio here. He goes for the counter instead. I'm gonna go to the counter. Lings are trying to make something happen with the natural. There's not enough there. There's Marines in a bunker.
Too. Yeah.
So the counter doesn't work, and he loses his third at the 6th. This
Meanwhile, Terran gets a third up. If the counter had hit the third of Terran, it might have done a little bit more damage. Oh, look at this lurker hanging outside of Terran.
One lurker.
He's just hanging out.
Yeah, he's in
Not
this
even
little sneaky little gray area that he just can't be seen.
Not visible. It's just like it looks like he should be visible.
Yeah. What the heck? This Marine, the Marines on this, you need glasses, bro. Like you cannot see the
some
lurker.
Dr. Doolittle shit over
right
here.
there. It's right there. There it is.
Oh no.
Oh no, bro.
Oh.
Oh, he does. Oh no. What a tragic life. Oh man, life is tragedy. Okay, so Muta's
all the world is pain.
Yeah, for sure, dude. We talked about how players can express their individuality in this matchup. We're totally seeing it from Ayatsuri. Look at all this burrow stuff.
Yeah, we got another kind of burrow. What is it? Booby trap set up outside the natural.
Yeah.
Oh, and Muta's coming out. Muta's coming out late game here in the bottom right. Oh, but showing on the SCV.
Oh, they show here. Now, did Fox neglect turrets because he thought he was against a lurker
He's not
player?
now, though. He's freaking out. You can see.
Oh, there's one going down. There's
we
two
got
going
two going
down.
down at the natural.
I think
but
the lurkers.
These are quick.
I mean, the mutas are going to get there. You're right. Ahead of time. He's
Just
got
barely.
a support here. Oh, turrets aren't going to finish. He picks the workers off.
Can he pick off the turrets before the Marines? The Marines are back now, but he has forced Terran back. He's taking that third up at the top now.
Yeah.
Ayatsuri is still a little bit behind, but he's doing a great job of holding on and pushing. Oh, look at this whole position. Muta micro. Oh, man.
Is he microing good?
Oh,
yep.
but the vessels.
But the vessels.
The vessels.
Once they got an energy.
Oh,
Oh, there it is.
Oh, no.
Let's
These are
all be
going
sad.
down.
He tries to split.
dude.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
This is a bummer.
Oh, I hate this. I don't want to. I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch.
Is he gonna
No,
die
I don't
before
wanna
the
watch.
Olympics?
Oh, I don't want to watch. Oh no!
The
Oh.
humanity. You Terran players, do you know what you do to us as Zergs? You even understand that? Anyway, that was actually pretty good with the Muta switch. But
It was up until the vessels, but yeah, we got a big Terran army here. Oh, this is looking bad. This is looking real bad.
this is where that power spikes back to Terran. You need your hive tech now. You need defilers here. A swarm on top of
These
those
lurkers, though.
Oh, they hold?
Oh, hold
They're
position.
hold.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, and then he reveals. Oh, it was. I think it was early.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh man. Oh no. Oh no. And now they got a burrow with the scan.
Oh, they're still taking out a good number of Marines.
This is not bad. He could reinforce and probably kill this. Yeah. Oh jeez.
But with what? Yeah, I don't know. He's down on
jeez.
bases, and Terran's taking a fourth now. But man, it's. I mean, I can't blame him for a second. Like, it's so hard to like wait for that lurker hold position. You just want to see those spines.
I think he had the fear that the entirety of the bio was going to be moving through the other little small ramp, so he just tried to.
No, I feel that.
He hit that right there. Like, he saw that I'm kind of in range, so now's my time because the bio was going down here. Why didn't you push? Oh,
and now he's realizing.
This is such a bummer thing to say. Anyways, GG.
GFG, good fucking game.
Good fucking game.
It was a really good game. I really enjoyed that. I feel like a couple different like scouting patterns from Terran and Ayatsuri would have had like that, especially that middle ling lurker burrow thing that he had set up. Like if he had walked through that, it would have been a totally different game.
Yeah, I'm curious to see the units killed. Still very much in Fox's favor, but just a few little moments there. And I could imagine Ayatsuri killing a lot more off.
Definitely.
That was close. And, you know, it's tough. I think whenever, like, basically as a Zerg, I like to look at the resources. And if I'm ever getting out-resourced, I'm kind of not doing my Zergy things, right? I'm not Zerging the guy. If I'm not
At least in that particular matchup.
Yeah. Well, ZVP, too. I definitely... I think I should be expanding all the time, but in a general sense.
It's true.
In a general sense, I think that the 6 o'clock third was maybe a little behind based on the map control that he had, and then it was quite a bummer when he lost at 6. So, GG.
GG for sure.
Good
I really
stuff,
liked
man.
the play. even if it didn't work out for him. I think our boy was playing it right.
Yeah, so that's one for Fox. Well played, Fox. GFG. Jitter says,
GFG.
Fox is really good, tripling the supply. Ah, yeah, that's tough, man.
After the third goes down, honestly, it takes a miracle to come back from that. Like, it just feels, you don't want to GG at that point, but it just feels so uphill after your third goes down as Zerg.
Okay, game 2. Tau Cross. We got another ZBT coming up here. This is the CPL. You're watching Chessz. You're watching Zookeeprr. Yeah, the CPL doping scandals.
We shed a light. We were the first one.
Yeah, dude, we revealed the underbelly. You'll see us on 60 Minutes at the end of the league, you know, like all league long. Freaking Scuzzy, this old man Scuzzy was trying to slip me some Adderall and stuff. He's like, hey, I know a guy. I'm working the music industry.
We were
anyway.
like the Hannibal Buress to Bill Cosby.
Yeah,
right. CPL
yeah, like we joked about it one time, and then it turns out
right.
that like everybody's on Adderall top to bottom. Okay, so we're on Tau. We've got the red Zerg Ayatsuri on the left, and Fox, our yellow Terran in the top right. So, oh man, that's funny shit. That's good shit. Dude, is he gonna do Lurker first again, or is he gonna go Muta?
I think he should totally do Lurker first. I was super impressed with his Lurker play.
Yeah, for
I mean,
sure.
honestly, his Muta play was on point too, though. Like the little bit that we got to see of it before they fucking got irradiated because Terran's bullshit, was really good. Like he had the whole position micro down. He picked off the SCVs, building the turrets. He had a really good stack going. Honestly, I have some stuff to learn from Ayatsuri. I don't remember being this impressed with his games in the past if we've seen them before.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to play more with him.
Oh, I think it fucked up. Oh, jeez. What's the fuck up? What?
I don't know. I see a 9
He
Ovi.
looks good to me. Is he about his Overlord scouting pattern, maybe? Oh,
Overlord
his
at
Overlord
150.
at 150?
Oh, that's not a huge fuck up.
Minor fuck up.
That's some B team level fuck ups. Oh, but he did actually make, he made 3 drones right when the Overlord popped. So he didn't quite float a larva, but it was a little bit late.
Yeah, maybe if we slipped him some Adderall, it'd be right on time, you know?
That's right. Yeah, now I think he's overthinking it now. His natural is going to be a little late too. We're at 350.
Yeah, for sure. So I was thinking more about that Lurker versus Muta that we talked about. Like, what is he going to do? There is this space on Tau that's got like high ground that is inaccessible that you can definitely sort of abuse with Mutas. If they don't have good turret coverage, you can sort of scoot around in this U horseshoe shape around there.
What you're talking about. Yeah, over to kind of left of what Terran's natural would be.
Northwest and southwest of where the natural is, and that kind of gives 1 point to the Muta's favor, in my opinion. But the main is also wide open and things like that. Like it's very droppable, which we've seen on Aztec before too. I think that was Age who made a name for himself doing lurker drops on Aztec. And when he dropped it in the big open main, that was super successful. So you can see kind of
a name for himself in the CPL, man.
He really did, man.
I mean, I agree. I'm not disagreeing.
I remember Age doing creative Zerg stuff. So shout out to Age. But basically, where Ayatsuri's Overlord is now would sort of kind of be the drop path, and you can see that he scouts him for sure. So he knows the position of the Terran. That is from Ayatsuri's perspective. Nice little Rax Depot wall here that's gonna...
I do really like that, yeah. Just kind of holding off. Like we said, the series play kind of lends itself to some off-the-wall strategies. So, like, maybe a 4-pool, 5-pool kind of thing is coming his way.
Yeah.
Since it's game 2, Ayatsuri lost game 1. Maybe he's going to try an early rush, some kind of cheese. So yeah, I like that wall off for sure.
That's a good point for the series perspective. When you're in a game 2 and you're ahead 1, you have that one degree of, well, I'm more likely to do something safe, and he's more likely to do something cheesy. But Terran is up to something. Look in the top right.
That's Starport.
2-port Wraith.
Double Starport, yeah.
Oh, geez. 2-port Wraith. So
something.
A 1-1-1 variation that adds on the second Starport, and he's also making Vultures to go with it. So this could be kind of what we talked about, the dropping Zerg versus Terran. Terran's equivalent to that. He could drop Vultures into the wide open Zerg space, and that would be rough. that would be sad for Ayatsuri if he's doing 3-hatch Muta. It looks like he's doing.
I also hate to be this guy, but there's 2 guys on gas, not 3. And no.
For Ayatsuri, oh, we only
Yeah,
has 2.
which means Layer's a little bit behind, which means that the Spire is going to be a little behind too, which means that the 2-port Wraith is going to be even better than it otherwise would be.
Yeah, for sure.
And this is not looking great.
Not looking great for Ayatsuri here. Ling and Vulture versus SCV. So actually, he sees a Vulture now, which is kind of like alarm bells. Oh no!
Yeah,
No,
literally
no,
alarm
no.
bells. Yeah.
Why? Oh, the tongue out. Oh man. At least.
No.
Here's another thing about the CPL. All of our players really have been good sports so far.
That's true.
Except for one, but that's coming up next. So we've got Vultures now harassing Lings at the front, and
Yep, they are. Oh no!
What?
That's coming up next.
No, I'm just saying. Anyway. Why are you such bullshit? Okay. Whoa!
I'm not one to be salty, but
I'm not one to be salty, but why? Okay, I think it's more of the.
I mean, it's desperation. I would say. I don't know Ayatsuri too well, but I mean, 1-1-1 sucks. It does suck.
I give you props.
See, there it is. There's the G.
Does he say GG? He says GG. Okay, so GG. Well played. Oh, it's such a bummer because his Overlord was on the way and he turned it back, right, to keep it safe.
Right.
If he had gone back in just a little bit later, he would have seen Factory going down and would have seen hidden stuff. So that's 2-0 for Fox, man. That's
well played on both sides. Yeah, I want to see more Ayatsuri games for sure. I was impressed with his play, even if he didn't come out on top or even with a win. I thought he played really well.
Yeah.
And yeah, the 1-1-1 as a game 2, again with that series kind of mindset, it's a great.
Yeah.
You're up 1. Why not throw out a 1-1-1, get an easy win or a quick loss? Either way.
So he had that negative emotion come in. He had that that we all know all know so well. But he had to say, I had to give you props, right? Like that's from Fox's perspective. That's kind of a clever thing to pull out in the game too, because we just finished talking about how when you're down, it's more likely for you to do a cheese, and when you're up, it's more likely to play safe. But Fox flipping that script on its head, being up 1, decides to do something a little bit more cheesy. So
especially
that's
with
pretty
that
good.
wall, keeping the scout out so that he could do that pretty safely, putting it in that back right corner where even an Overlord, like we said, you'd have to sack the Overlord pretty much to scout it with the OV, which is not something you do often.
So
I appreciate it.
All around well executed. I gotta.
We got Boba.
You got to think that Fox has got that in his back pocket. He's definitely done that before, the way that it played out. So Boba, what's up?
As all Terrans should.